In this video, I'm going to be covering a challenge problem from chapter 5. So to get started, I'm going to go to replit.com. I'll create a new Python REPL. And I've gone ahead and copied the text of the challenge problem to my clipboard, so I can just paste it in here. And again, we can use these doctype comment tags for blocks of comments. It's easier than doing the individual line comments for each one. So this problem says write a script that receives two numbers from the user and displays the first number raised to the power of the second number. Sample the program should look like this. Enter a base, enter an exponent, and then display the base to the power of the exponent and then the answer. So to gather input, the first thing we will do is we want to store it into a variable. So we'll call the first one base input, and then here we use we can use an argument in the input. First parameter is the prompt, so we can say enter a base, an extra space after that. We'll do the same thing for the exponent. Okay. Now we want to calculate the answer. So let's store the answer in a variable called answer. And from the chapter, we learned that to get an exponent, use POW for power. And you can see in our editor, we've got hints showing us the parameters. So you can see the first parameter is the base. The second parameter is the exponent. And then we can add another one called mod, but we won't be doing that. So the first one, notice we can't just do base and exponent because the input function returns a string. So if we were to try to run this, just pretend like we wrote this. Enter the base, and we'll use the example here, 1.2. And the exponent 3, we get an error. So unsupported operand, as you know from the chapter, operands are the things on either side of an operator. So in this case, it's saying that we cannot use string and string as operands for the power, function. So what we need to do is convert these into numbers. Now, if you see from the example, the first one, 1.2, that's a floating point number. And again, you should know that from reading the chapter. So to convert something to a floating point number, we just call the float function and pass it the string value. For the exponent, should know from the chapter also that the exponent has to be an integer. So to convert a string to an integer, we will wrap that in the int function. Now we could just print our answer like this. So 1.2 and 3, and you can see we get the correct answer. But it wants us to output this string. And here again is more practice using string interpolation. And I'd like to see everybody using string interpolation as much as possible in your assignments when you submit them. So for string interpolation in Python, you start with F, and then you have your quotes. And to put your variables into the string, so in this case, we want to say exponent to the power of base to the power of exponent equals answer. So we use the curly braces. So base to the power of, then exponent equals answer. Let's give that a shot. 1.2. Exponent 3. In here you can see we've got the answer written out. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to email me or start a conversation in Canvas. Thank you.